Welcome back to the show, the year of step function change. While Ripple plays chess and Bitcoin Maxis play checkers, somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on X, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. $3.72 trillion market cap for crypto. The market's up 2.2%. Bitcoin 105,000 plus right now. Ethereum 3,200 plus. XRP at $3.10. We're up 1.7 on the 24. We're up 0.4 on the 7 day. So 178 billion market cap plus. We'll keep an eye on as we move forward. Look at the range of price between 298 and 313. We're headed back towards the top range, and I like that. Let's go even higher. How about a new all-time high? How about we take a look at that before we get out of here today? But when we do, and before we do, I do want to encourage you that you're going to see in this video how Ripple is playing chess. And the Bitcoin maxis like the Jack Mallers out here who are trying to demonize Ripple and demonize XRP, trying to make a play for exclusivity of Bitcoin and no other asset, is only an argument you hear from the Bitcoin maxi camp. I have not heard one XRP family member say anything about XRP exclusive. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into that today, but we're going to get into the point today of how it doesn't matter what the Bitcoin maxis think. It doesn't matter about their fake narrative, because at the end of the day, I'm going to prove to you why Ripple's playing chess. Let's get into this. So we start here. Bye-bye, SAB 121. It's been not fun. So here is the clip, and it's James Seifert talking to the guy that throws shade on Ripple and Monica Long every time she's on Bloomberg and talks to her like a real jerk. Is real buddy. Look at the difference of how he talks to this guy about Bitcoin and ETFs. And listen to this. There's no pushback at all from this guy.
And talk to us a little bit about what's going on with SAB 121. Let's talk accounting details here, because I'm looking at this tweet from Hester Peirce. As I mentioned, she's been nicknamed the crypto mom. She says, bye-bye SAB 121. It's not been fun, SEC.gov. Staff Accounting Bulletin, number 122. What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, as Mike said, that Hester Peirce and Mark Ueda are now two of the three commissioners left in the SEC. There's supposed to be five. We got to wait for Paul Atkins to likely be confirmed. But what SAB 121 did, you could argue maybe the SEC had good intentions. A lot of people in the crypto industry would say they had bad intentions. But what it did is it said that if you hold in crypto, if you're custodying crypto, think Big Bank of New York Mellon, they custody $50 trillion in assets. They do not have $50 trillion on their balance sheet. But if you're going to custody crypto, you got to put that as a liability. And that means if you're a bank, they have a lot of regulatory requirements. They have to hold regulatory capital. So
let's talk about the fact that BNY Mellon absolutely has had a long relationship with Ripple for years. Many years.
The fees they would earn from custodying those assets do not even come close to offsetting the regulatory costs of holding assets to offset that. So basically what it did is it functionally made it illegal for TradFi institutions to play in the crypto space and custody crypto assets, despite many of these banks wanting to get involved. They see the money that Coinbase and these other people are making, but getting rid of this means that the TradFi players are going to come in. I also think it's likely going to cause people like Coinbase and Kraken and Gemini. Right now, you have them trading these assets and custodying them. That's not how it works in TradFi. The New York Stock Exchange does not custody your asset. There's other platforms that do it. I think there's going to be separation there. We're already seeing trickle effects, but we're going to see a lot more come down from this repeal.
You know,
they go on to talk about, I can't even listen to this guy, the other guy, he's so awful. And remember this guy, I met this guy at a digital chamber function. He was very nice. And then just a few weeks later, he's on stage calling XRP a crap coin around all his little Bitcoin buddies. Yeah, that happened. Crypto dad Christian Carlos suggesting that XRP could be a part of a U.S. digital commodity stockpile is huge. Yes, it is. We're talking about the former CFTC chairman, and great to see these two smiling so much. now that we have Gary Gensler gone, I think we're going to see a complete embrace of this technology. If you'd missed it from this morning, trust me, we covered Chris Giancarlo in this clip, plus the crypto czar, David Sachs, and so much more. Go watch that first video. But this is, in fact, what Chris Giancarlo said.
Of a stockpile, and I would ask the question, does it need to be limited to Bitcoin? Maybe it might be limited to other digital commodities like Ethereum, like XRP or others, but we can explore.
Exactly. And it makes sense. It makes sense to be that rational. This is the conversation, part of the conversation I had with Chris Giancarlo on stage at XRP Las Vegas last year. And now it's actually in motion. So this is why I tell you, these conferences are fun. They're exciting. But you know what? More than anything else, we work very hard to make sure that they are knowledgeable. And you will gain information and insight that you won't get anywhere else. Go get your ticket to XRP Las Vegas at xrplasvegas.com. 3.2 million more real USD minted to the Treasury. I know people say that's a long way to go to where we got to be. Well, you know what? Hang in there because I'm going to walk you through it. And then thankfully, Ripple has reported its full real USD audit. How about this? You know why you're not used to seeing this? Because Tether doesn't do this way. Yeah. Then you got old Howard Lutnick doing the reserves at Cantor Fitzgerald for Tether. Like, trust me, the reserves are there. You know what? The reserves for the U.S. Treasuries may be there, but that's not all of the reserves. So when he's talking about that, I have a sneaky suspicion that Howard Lutnick is talking about the reserves that Cantor Fitzgerald is overseeing are all there, which is the U.S. Treasury position. I don't think Cantor Fitzgerald was holding the Bitcoin that they claim to hold. This is a big deal. Tomorrow, today, the automated market maker clawback amendment will go live on the XRP ledger, allowing real USD and other stablecoins to be used on the DEX. The XRP ledger will soon become the cheapest, fastest, safest way to trade all assets in the world. That's what's getting ready to happen. It's a big deal. Lock in. Shout out to me lady for Capital for reminding everybody of that vote and what's getting ready to go down. See, here's the big part of this, ladies and gentlemen, is that banks can't use a network unless it's got the ability to rescind a payment. More on that in a moment. This is why I believe we have a Rosie Rios from the Treasury, or why we had a Craig Phillips, or why we have a Susan Friedman, right? That's why we have all those people come through Ripple's camp and still there. That's why I believe we joined FedNow. And now that you got the clawback in there, just like a bank can rescind a payment today, they can do it just as they need to on Ripple's network, should they use it in FedNow, and I certainly speculate that they will be. Otherwise, what is the point of all of this? Right? Isn't it? Sometimes it is that simple. Austin King reminds us here, I'm going to cover just a piece of this to let you know, Ripple is the best positioned company in the world to tokenize the traditional financial system. And that opportunity is worth tens of trillions. Because of this, we're creating deep integrations between Omni and XRP to accelerate their efforts. What does this mean? It means that this is about to get much larger than just payments, because it's going to involve tokenizing everything that will eventually provide itself to be a payment. XRP will become the platform that banks use to tokenize trillions in assets. Omni, by default, will distribute those assets across all chains, putting XRP at the center of the on-chain economy. That's where this is going. And then I asked Grok, name all of the blockchains that have the ability to rescind a payment, just like banks, but they are also ISO 20022 compliant. Grok says, based on the available information, it could find the blockchains that have the ability to rescind payments and are also ISO 20022 compliant include the Ripple XRP ledger and Stellar's XLM have the features for clawback or payment rescinding through its smart contract capabilities on Stellar, and Ripple's payment protocol allows for transaction rescinding through its mechanisms like transaction cancellation before it's validated on the ledger. Ripple is officially a part of the ISO 22 standards body, just as is Stellar. How about that? That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And a reminder about tokenizing everything, as Austin King just told us. Now, 11 trillion asset under management, CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, calling for exactly that just days ago.
But crypto is going to play a big role. Digitization of currency, digitization of everything we're doing. I'm a big believer, and this is one thing that will change Bloomberg even. I believe we're going to be in the cutting edge of tokenizing bonds and stocks.
Coming.
And we have the technology now. The fact that we are now moving forward in tokenization, every bond and stock, is crazy.
He's exactly right, and I think it's coming very soon. Now let's go from the back-end infrastructure, right, that we're talking about that we've yet to have revealed, right? There needs to be a market infrastructure, a highway, protocols for all of this transformation of the traditional financial system to be digitized and tokenized. But now let's look at the front end, because we know that X payments is coming. X money is coming. Elon has told us that he's going to make X more than just social media app, an everything app, a super app. That's where we're going. Visa was just announced, as we did a day or so ago, that they are joining with X Payments, and powered by Visa, X Payments is set to be a total game changer. Well, in more ways than one, potentially. We know that Visa acquired Currency Cloud, which was a Ripple partner, for $930 million, a massive acquisition. Some of you may not be aware that years ago, Visa put a patent application in to seek to turn fiat currency into digital blockchain versions. Yes, that's right. I remember reporting on this years ago, talking with Big Skinny about it. He gave it to me. Credit card giant Visa has filed an application for U.S. patent on computer system that would convert physical dollars and other fiat currencies into digital versions, complete with denominations and serial numbers and recorded via blockchain. This system would then remove the paper currency from circulation. A catch-all bucket. This is what we talked about years ago, 2019, 2020, this was coming out. And we talked about, where does Visa get the ability to put out a patent application to convert paper dollars, whether it's our country or others, into digital versions of themselves, when they don't hold the patent on the dollars of other countries or in America? There must be a cooperation amongst these other countries. And could X platform be this medium where it all starts to come together on a retail interaction front side? I think the answer is yes. For years, we've heard the term flip the switch for XRP. Today, I believe when you hear Brad Garlinghouse use the term step function, we're literally listening to him describe a flip the switch moment. When he talked here, and he said, with the largest capital markets finally embracing crypto and talk of crypto strategic reserves, which are getting hotter, and I suspect rather imminent U.S. regulatory clarity, a step function change in adoption is closer than you think. And step function is a significant, sudden, and discontinuous change that requires a lot of effort. A light switch that turns on at a specific time and stays on is a real-world example of a step function. You know, a flip of the switch. Crypto Bull says, I think it will take 7 more days to flip the switch for XRP towards $4. Patience, he says. Dark Defender says much the same and says XRP is pending a confirmation on a 4-hour and 1-day time frame for the breakout, a short-term target of $4 with the subwave 5, and the support is at $3.07. Have a great day. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.